Okay, blank editing 459. Um, on the current tab, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to delete a blank in order to demonstrate. Um, we're now reporting that we have too many blanks ordered and that we've got some underpacked parts. Okay, so we want to pack those parts, and we have a new option now. We can pack those parts on the remaining ordered blanks. All right. If that doesn't look good, you can go back to your standard sizes, go back to your order blanks. All right. Pack and save, and so we've used that extra blank, and we've packed those parts on top of it. Um, so for whatever reason, if you have unpacked parts and too many sheets for however it happened, there's a solution now to use only those sheets that were previously ordered. Um, all right. Um, the first thing in blank editing is you can toggle the numbers on or off. On blanks that have a lot of small parts, it might help you, look at how things are going or move stuff around. I noticed that the part numbers kind of got in the way. Um, move moving parts is now correct connected to the screen move mode. If you wanted to move a part over 2 inches, I could select that part, create a reference point, and show that I want to go in the horizontal direction. From the keyboard, I enter 2, which is, you'll see up here on the screen, 2.5 inches, and go over and get my direction and hit enter, and it's moved over 2 inches. You can use grid, or you can use polar, or you can move it in any direction that you want for a certain amount. All right, the next thing is how we select parts. We can now select, instead of moving just one part or um, or a group of parts that are linked together, or locked together. We can now select a bunch of parts by right clicking the move and selecting the parts. If you select the parts in the um, going rightwards, you'll select all the parts within the box. If you draw the box going leftwards, as I'm doing now, left as opposed to going right, it will grab the box. It'll grab the parts that are inside the box and that cross the box. Okay, so there's two different ways of grabbing a group of parts. Um, the next thing, sliding parts. I'm going to, before I do that, I'm going to stack this part down there. All right. Sliding parts has been changed a little bit. So you right click the S and you grab the parts, and at this point now you can move those parts anywhere within the confines of the blank. Before, you could only move them X and Y, and you couldn't move it in the Y. You can move it in the Y now, and you're always blocked to have a successful blank. And another neat change is that um, the X and the location of the cutoffs change in one direction, but they don't change in their other direction, so you don't have to put them back. Okay. Cutoff location. All right. Cutoff has got a new editing. If you right click on the you get a locator which goes by the O snaps, and you can move the cutoffs. And an important feature was the cutoff recognizing that it was on the left side of a blank, so that it didn't line up, cutting a quarter of an inch off the end of the blank, which it probably wouldn't have been able to anyway, but you'd probably make an error. Okay, next, stack direction. All right. Stacking. They used to have the throw mode. Nobody liked it, and so I've come back again and gone with instead of throw, where it snaps out of your hand. You can now I'm gonna stop that. I'm going to go back into snack mode. That was grabbing a part that I didn't want. All right. Stack parts. All right. Now you get a direction that you want it to go, and it won't go until you click. And you can now stack up or right or down. So you got a lot more flexibility, and the stacking also stacks parts into tight locations better. What you want to do is, when if there was a bunch of parts around here and I wanted to stack that part, I wanted to put it close to where I wanted it to go, and then point to the direction where I wanted it to go, and hit enter, and it'll generally tuck in there pretty good. All right. One of the new features that have been around for a little while, I'm not sure if you picked this up, is the user tabs. Right click erases clears all the tabs on the part. Let's process this, or let's get a tool check on here. I'm going to zoom in here and get a tool check, and let's say I want to add a tab here for some reason. I can hit that and I can add a tab. If you click here, the tab goes on and off. All right, or I can add a tab over here, and I can get a new tool check, and you see that I've created a new punching structure, which leaves tabs in the desired location. This works only for the cutoff tools on the punch. It works anywhere on the laser, perimeter lines, interior cutouts, as long as it's not a laser tool, and as long as it's not a rapid cut. All right. That's it for blank editing.